Hey guys, so for this video I'll be reviewing and ranking Girls' Generation subunit TTS. I also just made reviews and rankings for their full-length Japanese albums, their Korean full-length albums, and their mini albums. So obviously, since they have the 3 mini albums as with a subunit within the group, I wanted to make a video for it. I will also make a solo album ranking, but that will be once Jessica's mini album is released and my Sohyun and Taeyeon albums arrive. So I think I will get to make that video near the end of August, hopefully. So that will be kind of like the last part of these ranking series for Snsd-Tts, Girls' Generation. So let's get started. If you're curious about watching those previous videos, and if you haven't, you can check those out. So we'll start with their first mini album, Twinkle. So this was a big surprise when they announced a subunit, because they basically, since this era, Tiffany was promoted basically as a main vocalist for the group, along with Taeyeon and Sohyun and Jessica at the time. And this is when Jessica started getting less lines ever since SM announced the TTS subunit. And because of this album, we didn't get an album in 2012. So this is like the only Korean release that they had that year. Okay, so for Twinkle, really dislike the concept for the package. Everything about the packaging is a big no-no. It's just I tried to store this somewhere really safe so it doesn't get damaged. The concept for the like the postcards and everything here is just really weird. It makes the girls look a little bit bad. But I don't know what SM was thinking with this whole concept, because the music video is completely different. But the music in this album is contrary to the whole concept that they had in this album. Not counting the music video, because the music video, they looked gorgeous, but the photos in here are so weird. The track list here, the songs here are incredible. This one, I would say, I understand why they made a subunit and why they have a certain sound, because Twinkle is more theatrical sounding, and a lot of more R&B based, and it definitely shows since this release, and they keep doing that later on with their other releases. So obviously Twinkle, great title track. I think they should have promoted Oh My God as a single as well. That would have been a really good song to with an actual music video, not just what they did with it, which I think it was a lyric video or something like that. But really good mini album. It's extremely solid. If you like really dramatic sounding music, definitely this one, like, because Twinkle is a good representation of this whole album, because most of the songs have that Twinkle vibe. Oh My God is very theatrical. Checkmate, I think that's what the song is called. And but definitely recommend listening to Oh My God and Baby Steps. For the most part, this album is really theatrical. Hate the packaging and the concept that they had for the packaging. Then we move on to their second mini album, Holler. So for this one, they went for like a more mature, feminine, more like girly concept. And I just have to flip through this photo book, because honestly, oh my gosh, the photos here are incredible. I was so excited when they released teasers for this, like, because they look really good. As for the title track, I wouldn't say Holler is my favorite song ever. It's really catchy. It's a great song, but not my favorite TTS song. I would have preferred them picking Adrenaline as the title track and using Holler as a promotional track, because if you've seen the dance for Adrenaline, that would have been a really cool music video to have with a dance. And I would say out of the 3 mini albums, this one's my favorite. This keeps up with the sound of Twinkle, but this one's more R&B based and less dramatic than Twinkle. So you have songs like Stay and Whisper, which are more R&B based, and actually Only You is a bit slowed down, and then Eyes keeps up with Adrenaline and Holler. But this one's my favorite one out of the 3. For the title track wise, I obviously Adrenaline deserved to be the title track for this, but really good job SM with this. And then last but not least, we got Dear Santa, which is like their Christmas album. I always wanted a Christmas album from Snsd-Tts because whenever it's Christmas, you can listen to like your favorite group's Christmas music to get into that Christmas vibe. So obviously Someone's finally have this, aside from their song Diamond on the SM Town album, but which is like the best Christmas song they have, and it's 9 members, but we do have a Christmas album with Christmas pictures. So this one is by far my favorite photo book out of the 3. It's a good contender with this one, but I just think the photos here are really nice. I think that the blonde hair fits Taeyeon so well. Like, she was blonde for a long time. So the pictures here are they're just adorable. There's 2 versions, but there's just basically 2 different covers. But I think I like the red one, the red cover more. Okay, so as for the album, out of the 3, this one's my least favorite. SM seemed to be kind of rushing with this one, because this was around the time where they had a lot of promotions, because they had Lionheart, then Taeyeon had her solo, and then they released this one. So Taeyeon was on a roll for releases since the Lionheart party era, because they also had Catch Me If You Can. So it's like they had a lot of songs that year. So for track listing, so this one is a lot more toned down compared to these 2. This one's more ballad and just really calmer type of sounds. But it's definitely not the one it's not my go-to whenever I listen to a TTS album. Dear Santa could have been my favorite title track though. It's a really good song, and I'm really glad that they gave the international fans a gift with having an English version of it, which is really good as well. But the first bit of the song is like a really depressing ballad, and honestly, if they would have kept that up for the whole song, that would be my favorite title track for TTS, because it was flawless. Like the intro to Dear Santa, amazing. It gave me the Miracles in December vibes, which is like one of my favorite songs by EXO, if not my favorite song by them. And I don't know what SM was doing, because everyone loved the intro to it, even though it was depressing. They could have definitely made that an individual song, and then the second part, or once the intro finishes, that could have been a whole entire song. So please listen to that first part of that song. I think a majority of people who are not even So-ons love that part, because it's, oh my god, their voices sound incredible in it. I would recommend listening to I Like the Way and First No. Those are really catchy songs, but the songs are not bad. They're just kind of forgettable. Like, I can't, like, if I were to listen to if you were to put an audio like randomly playing the songs and you played some songs from here, I honestly will not even know which songs they are, because I don't listen to this one. I would only listen to Dear Santa and First No, and I Like the Way during Christmas time, and that's about it. So kind of just summarizing. Okay, so let's put the ranking them. So first place goes to Holler, second place goes to Twinkle, and third place goes to Dear Santa. I have a feeling that maybe SM, since it's their 10th year anniversary, they might go for another TTS album. I'm really hoping that they'll get one very soon after their 6th full-length album release, because I really want SNSD to promote a lot this year, because we did get a whole year without like any Girls' Generation stuff aside from that SM Station song and the Taeyeon and Tiffany solo. So I just want them to honestly, I want them to have a full-length album at least, and then we can go for like 2 years without a TTS release. But I really want them to make one. Obviously, I think it would sound more on this side, because this was more directed for the winter, just exclusively for winter. Obviously, you got Dear Santa, but the songs in here are really wintry vibes, so because they're mostly ballads. While this one you can listen to anytime during the year. And this is more of that TTS sound. They're more like dramatic and theatrical, and when they're not that, they are very R&B based. So I like that SM really set apart a different sound for TTS and then a sound for Girls' Generation. If you have any other questions, please comment down below, or let me also comment down your rankings if you want to. Like, maybe your rankings are different and you rank Dear Santa as number 1 or Twinkle as number 1. But regardless, these are really good albums, and yeah, I'm really just hoping that TTS releases a full-length album, if not by the end of the year, early next year, because I do understand that SM is packed with a lot of comebacks from SHINee, Dongbangjanki, who else? NCT, so, and then that Taemin solo. So who knows if we'll get a TTS album ever. I'm really hoping that we do, and yes, so I'll be reviewing the solos once the Taeyeon and Sohyun albums arrive, and I think I'll include Jessica as well, because I'm an OT9 fan. I've been around. I got into Girls' Generation when there were 9 members, so obviously I'm gonna count her in, and Jessica's my ultimate bias too. So yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Bye.